Tomorrow, the 2025 Great Boundaries will be released. Before that happens, let's take a look at the past 7 years of Great Boundaries and let's see what they can tell and what they can't tell us about what might happen tomorrow. Just a reminder, Great Boundaries are set after the exam is marked, and it's based on the overall performance and the difficulty of the paper. We've got two sets of data, one showing the percentage needed for each grade and one showing the raw total marks. These cover 2017 to 2024, leaving out the COVID years. Looking at the A star percentage, we see that generally sits from the highest that was in 2023, 83.3%, to the lowest that was about 78%. Now, the low was a bit lower in 2024, the highest being 2022. That's telling us that in harder exam years, the boundary comes down. So if the 2025 paper felt tough, expect something closer to the 78% mark. For A, boundaries have been pretty stable from 65 to maximum of 70% in most years, so it's a bit of a smaller range, and unless there is a big change in paper difficulty, 2025 should be landing in mid-60s. For B, it's a little bit more varied, so we've seen a dip to 53% and a climb nearly 58%. That's often the grade that shift the most when papers are unexpectedly tricky or straightforward. C, D, and E, the boundaries follow the same general pattern, so there are small rises in easier years, the dips in tougher ones. C usually sits low 40s and D in the low 30s and E around the 20s. So what does that mean for you tomorrow? If you're aiming for an A or an A star, remember that a couple of percentage points or looking at the exact marks, it can make a real difference, but these changes are there to make the grades fair across the years. So if this year's paper felt harder than past papers, history says that your boundaries will probably be on the lower end of the range that we have seen. Tomorrow, I'll be posting the official 2025 grade boundaries, so you can see exactly where you've landed. If you want me to break down the numbers for your marks, subscribe and check back tomorrow morning.